Hello friends, today we are going to study generic drugs product development. What is generic drug? A drug product that is comparable to brand innovator drug in dosage form, strength, route of administration, quality and performance characteristics and intended use. It should contain the same active ingredients as the original formulation. A drug product is comparable to the brand innovator means the standard drug or the patented drug which is already present in the market. The strength, route of administration, quality and performance means a drug whose physical chemical properties are same as that of standard drugs, its route of administration, its dosage form means it should match every single property as that of standard. It is called an generic drug. Generic drug comes after the patent has of the product. When a patent of any product is expired, it comes into generic drug. Okay, it should also contain same active ingredients as the original formulation. What are generic drugs? They are drugs which have the same chemical composition as branded drugs are and sold under their chemical name. Mostly generic drugs, they do not have a standard name or a brand name. They are sold by their chemical name or content or active drug name. For example, paracetamol, a painkiller, is generic name for brand drugs like crocin and calpol. As we know, crocin and calpol are the paracetamol containing drug which are a patented drug. But in generic, we have example Parasip or paracetamol 500, paracetamol 650. These are generic drugs. Okay, one more example we can give azithromycin 250 or 500. In patented drug or standard drugs, we have AZI 500 or ATM 500. ATM 500 is of Indoco Remedies, in which we have generic drugs as azithromycin 500 or azithromycin 250. The market situation is a little different in India than the USA or other developed nations. In USA, when a new drug is launched, only the company that holds the FDA patent are legally allowed to set the drug, thus giving them market monopoly. Previously in USA, the drugs or patents which were manufactured or launched by a company, it only has authority to sell and market, or also if the patent of the drug is expired, the company or the launched uh, person only has rights to carry forward or make generic drugs, which was a monopoly, right? But in 2005, the law for the generic drugs came into constitution, and it was said that after the patent is expired or patent is over, the generic drugs can be manufactured by any company, but it should be similar or matched with the physical and chemical properties of the patented drug. Due to this, amendment, it lead to 99.5% of country's drug share. Means the due to generic drugs, the market of the product increased. uh, the common people get the benefit of, as a patented, if a strip of paracetamol is of 100 rupees, we in generic drugs we get it for 30 to 35 rupees. Okay. When generic drug marketed, a patent and exclusivity after production ends. Means the patent means it is about 17 to 20 years, and if the patented period is ended, it can be marketed as a generic product. Patent owner waives its rights. If patent owner tells that we don't want the patent to be continued or carried out, so it can be converted into generic drug. Mostly the patented owners will don't waive their rights, because they get a great very big loss, due to which second is the patent owner waives its rights. A patent, mostly this point does not, it is not mostly carried out, because mostly patent owners have already invested their amount in millions or trillions in research and development, then marketing the product. So this mostly the people like Tata Birla, or they only waive their rights in this condition. Okay, because everyone wants money and everyone loves money. So mostly the owners or patented company does not waive their rights. Third is FDA requirements are met. As per FDA, if the patented drugs whose exclusivity period has been waived, they come under generic drugs. What is the difference between brand name and generic drug? Okay, brand name drugs, as per NDA requirements. NDA requirements means requirements as per new drug application. During new drug application, the branded drugs require labeling, pharma, chemistry, manufacturing, controls, microbiology, testing, animal studies, clinical studies, bioavailability. For these, they require minimum 5 years for testing, animal study, clinical studies, bioavailability, because as it is a new product or new invention, so they need these requirements. With compared to the brand name or branded products, the generic drug does not require everything as per NDA. So for generic drug, they have to file ANDA, abbreviated new drug application. Abbreviated means what? Abbreviated means every data of the specific product is available. Only it has to match the physical, chemical properties, or bioavailability studies with these standards. Okay, means it requires labeling, the labeling should be as per the generic drug, means it has to it there should become only a chemical name. A pharma, chemistry should also match with the standard product. Manufacturing should be done to meet the required physical chemical properties. Controls controls control is also as per the standard. Microbiology also, the microbiological testing and results should match as per the branded products. Bioequivalence studies means the study of the branded product, of the bioavailability and its clinical studies should match, so it should be bioequivalence. Basic requirements for the generic drugs, that should active ingredients should be same, route of administration should be same, dosage form, strength, condition of use should be same, means before lunch or before dinner, or after lunch or after dinner, that should be same through route of administration. Inactive ingredients already approved in a similar NDA. Where are they available? Generic drugs are sold everywhere, including our local chemist. Means generic drugs are available in every pharmacy. Now mostly OTC drugs are mostly comes under generic drugs. To buy them, one simple has to ask for generic version of a branded drug, though they don't have them for all medicines. As you go in a pharmacy, right? When you go in pharmacy, you tell that give me azithromycin 500 or paracetamol 500. So mostly pharmacy people give you generic drugs. If you ask them that I need a brand, if you tell them that I need a combiflam which has paracetamol 500, so they give you a combiflam. But when you ask them by the chemical name, that is, if you ask them give me paracetamol 500, so they give you a generic, they, it might be in generic form also, that is paracip 500 or paracetamol 500. And if you need a generic version of any chemical constituent, you can tell them that give me a generic version, so it saves you money. Cost saving is also done due to the generic drugs. The Department of Pharmaceuticals of a government is responsible for promoting generic drugs, but they have not done a very good job. Department of Pharmaceuticals of a government means government pharmaceuticals are responsible for promoting generic drugs, but they don't do this promoting of generic drugs, because as the generic drugs selling or its usage will speed up or will be increase, the production or the demand for the standard drugs will be decreased. So it has the loss of the company. It is also a big loss for common man, that if a generic drug which we get for 50 rupees, we have to pay an amount of 80 or 90 for the same drug. So whenever you people go to a pharmacy ask them that is it a generic drug or standard drug. Okay. After the expiry of the patent or marketing rights of the patent drug, generic drugs are marketed. As we have discussed earlier, that when a patent rights or marketing rights are being expired, the patented drugs comes under generic drugs and are marketed under generic drugs. They are comparable to brand drug in dosage form, strength, route of administration, quality and performance characteristics, and intended use. They are comparably same as the route of administration, strength, quality, and performance. Everything is done as per ANDA, so there is no compromise in quality. Generic drugs are available at affordable prices with maintaining quality. Generic drugs are available at affordable means we have to pay less amount with the same quality. These generic formulations balance public interest as critical disease like cancer, AIDS. Means due to generic formulations or generic drugs, a common people benefits that he has to pay less amount if as cancer or AIDS, these do not have the generic medicines. As the drugs coming under cancer or AIDS category, they have to pay vast amount. Okay, so with the comparable to the cancer and AIDS drugs, but part of this disease, other disease have the generic drug version. So the means the it is balanced that one side you have to pay uh, pay a vast amount for the treatment, and one side you have to pay less amount by using the generic drugs. Product development. What is a product? Product is something sold by an enterprise to its customer. Enterprise may be a company and distributorship or marketing company or a pharmacy. Product development. Product development is the set of activities beginning with the perception of a market opportunity and ending in the production, sale, and delivery of a product. Product development, when we called development, when a development means when you are getting an order, you are manufacturing the same product and you are selling it with the uh, increased proportion, it is called an product development. The product development process is a sequence of steps that transforms a set of inputs into a set of outputs. A product development also, it is a process, is a sequence of steps that transform means when anything whose input and output is same or increasing, then it is called a process. Means you bring a product, market it, and sell the product. It is a process, means incoming and outgoing. A generic product development process. We will consider here a generic product development that can be used in a market pull situation. What is market pull situation? Means a need or requirement for a new product or solution to the problem which comes from the marketplace. The input of the process is a mission statement and output of the process is the product launch. What is mission statement? Identifies the target market for the product, provides a basic functional description of the product, and specifies the business goal, which efforts and results in well executed product planning phase. Product launch occurs when the product becomes available for purchase in the marketplace. It is the final stage of the any product development process. A generic product development process. It goes through product planning, mission statement, concept development system level design, detailed design, testing and refinement, production ramp up, and final is the product launch. What is concept development? The need of the target market are identified, alternative product concepts are generated and evaluated, and a single development is selected for further development. Firstly, the needs of the target are identified. Then, alternative product concepts are being evaluated and they are being generated, and a single development is selected for the product development. It is also a set of activities that are carried out early in the system to collect and prioritize operational needs and the challenges. A concept is a description of the form, function, and features of a product and is usually accompanied by a set of specification and analysis of competitive products and an economic justification of the product. System level design. It includes the definition of the product architecture and the division of the product into subsystems and components. The final assembly scheme of the production system is usually defined during this phase. The output of this phase is usually a geometric layout of the product, a functional specification of each of the product subsystems, and a preliminary process flow diagram for the final assembly process. Detailed design. It includes the complete specification of the geometry, material, and tolerance of all the unique parts in the product and the identification of all the standard parts to be purchased from suppliers. A process plan is established and tooling is designed for each part to be fabricated within the production system. The output of this phase is the control documentation for the product. Testing and refinement. It involves the construction and evaluation of the multiple pre-production version of the product. It involves such that the construction and evaluation of multiple pre-production version of the product means the generic product which is to be developed is based upon the standard product or patented product. Early prototypes are usually built with production intent parts with the same geometry and material properties as intended for the production version of the product will work as designed, and whether or not the production satisfies the key customer needs. Production ramp up. Ramp up is a term refers to when a company substantially increases its output in response to increased demand or an expected increase in the near term. Ramp up in the first sense often occurs when a company strikes a deal with a distributor, retailer, or producer, which will substantially increase product demand. Thank you, students.